So this is the end of Ukraine, guys. This is the end of Ukraine. Because, when the war began, a lot of European countries were sending weapons, they were sending money to Ukraine. When was the last time you heard any European country sending weapons to Ukraine? When was the last time? Just 3 days ago, Zelensky was threatening European countries. Zelensky said Ukraine will sue any European country who refused to buy Ukrainian grains. There is something wrong with that guy. I just don't understand that guy. Is he forced to buy grains? All the way, in that same interview, that guy made some statements, and I want us to read that particular statement. So this is what Zelensky said. Zelensky confirmed the total collapse of the Ukrainian army and the Ukrainian economy. Okay, this is what Zelensky said. The pace of military operations, the introduction of sanctions against the Russian Federation, and the supply of Western weapons to Ukraine is slowing down. So Zelensky continued to say, the war is slowing down. It exists. We admit it. All processes are becoming more complicated and slower, from sanctions to the provision of weapons. When partners say, so what about the counteroffensive? When will the next step be? My answer to today, our steps are probably faster than new sanctions, he said at the Yalta European Strategy meeting. He called for transfer of more weapons to Ukrainian armed forces to speed up the offensive, including fighter jets. He stated that every meter passed by the armed forces of Ukraine means killed Ukrainian soldiers. People are lost every day. The longer, the more people suffer. If we are not in the sky, but Russia is, they stop us from the sky. They are stopping our counteroffensive. Interesting. So I'm not the one saying it. These are the words of Volodymyr Zelensky, right? So this is to tell you that the Western media from day one, they are lying to you. I've always held the view that Ukrainians are suffering on the battlefield. Today, over 1 million Ukrainians can't go back to the battlefield. They are wounded. Over 500,000 are dead. Over 10 million are now refugees. Ukraine is now sending letters to people in different countries to come back and fight. This is happening. This is what is currently happening. Ukraine is out of men. Recently, I read one article here for you guys. Ukraine is now recruiting sick people, HIV, tuberculosis, even people who are amputated. Ukraine is forcing them into the battlefield to go and fight because they are completely out of men. And now Zelensky is telling you that the counteroffensive has not been a successful one because the Europeans are not sending him weapons. They are not giving his country weapons. They are not supporting them. And he continued to say that every minute passed by, Ukrainian soldiers die. He said, we are not in the skies, but the Russians are in the skies and they are killing us. From the horse's own mouth. So those of you who argue blindly, how far? Zelensky is now telling the truth. Zelensky made similar statements last year, December. Zelensky, I read an article here for you guys. Last year, December, Zelensky came out and he also exposed the true condition of the Ukrainian army. Zelensky is not just anybody. He's the overall commander of the Ukrainian armed forces. He said the truth last year, December. And now Zelensky is also saying the truth. So those of you who argue blindly, how far? Thank you. So guys, don't forget to like the video and let it get to those who argue blindly and those who think the Ukrainians are winning, right? This is the end of the Ukraine and Russia war. I said it long time ago that the war is over. The Russians are only making exercise on the battlefield. The Russians can call up 2 million reservists tomorrow if they want to, but they are not doing that. Ukraine is rather struggling. So guys, don't forget to like the video.